Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be repotting this Robinia, Twisty Baby it's called. Myself and my wife go in the evenings, when it's a nice evening, we go for a drive down to the waterfront. And we pass a house and they have a full grown one of these in the garden. And the leaves and everything, it's all like twisty, it's really nice, just tiny leaves and they're all twisty. I've never seen one before, but we used to pass it every night, and we said it was one of our favourite trees when we saw it. And one day then I happened to find this in the garden centre. I've never seen one before and I haven't seen one since, so I got it. It has a bit of a graft here, but it's not the worst graft in the world, but again, it's the only one I've ever seen around here, so I got it. And it did drop a couple of branches. It tends to drop branches, I don't know why, but it just drops branches out of the blue. That's why I'm kind of reluctant. I have two here coming from here, and I'm reluctant to take one off in case it just drops the other one, and then I have nothing on this side. So I'm kind of always reluctant to do anything there. I don't really know much about it yet. I've only had it a couple of years, so I'm kind of learning. So I want to get out of this pot. It's probably not going to be an easy job to get out, or it's not wired in, but again the pot is kind of dome, so maybe it's going to be a bit of a job to get out. So we'll get it out and we'll get into a more of a flatter kind of open pot. So first job is to try and get it out of here. So I'll get a bit of a tray or something here. This one will do. It's okay. Now it does wiggle a little bit, but it's well and truly packed in there. And you can see the shape of the pot, so you can imagine the roots are packed in down here. Out here, they're not going to come up through that gap. So I'm going to have to try and cut it out, which I don't particularly like doing, because you just don't know what roots you're cutting. Pots like this, I tend to, if I do have to put a tree in it, it's nice and thin, but you really need to get it out of the pot. I do a lot more repots with it because of this. Once the roots get in around here, then you try and get them up through a smaller gap. The tree as well. Okay, there she comes. So you can see it's not even that pot bound. It's just the shape of the insides of the pot is not great for growing trees in. Okay, so let's get out that piece of drainage screen. Right, let's put on some gloves because it's quite wet this cement, and we'll get the roots cleaned out. Getting a lot of weeds. I've neglected it a little bit, weeding over the winter. You tend to, when the trees go dormant, tend to kind of forget about the weeding as much and things, and then before you know it, weeds have taken over. See, it's not too bad, it's still, but it's holding a lot of moisture as well in that pot, which probably isn't great for it. Not great, drained too well. I think that mesh I was using, it was very fine, holes on it were very fine in it, so it kind of clogs quite easily. The mesh I use now is this stuff that I get from my work, and the holes were a little bit bigger. You can see that the holes in the last stuff were very fine, so I don't think it kind of clogs a bit quicker then and just holds the moisture in more. Just kind of loosening up the roots, just by kind of wiggling the root rake in amongst it rather than ripping through them. I'm going to try not to damage too much roots. If we can help it. There's no smell to this at all, the roots on it. Or is that just stagnant? It doesn't smell stagnant, it just smells kind of a strong pungenty smell. It's just a wet soil that, but something doesn't smell very nice anyway. Okay, I'm going to take it out and give it a rinsing off, wash the roots, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at it. Get rid of all this mess. Okay, so got them washed out. Now, like I said, you don't see many of these around here in garden centres, and so I'm going to be extra cautious with the root pruning, because like it does drop branches, and I don't know how much it likes you being at its roots. So I'm basically going to just trim off the excess long ones around here, and maybe just take out that bottom bit there. Seems to be like a cutting, just being chopped here, and all these roots come off. I could maybe take off these bigger ones around here and start working down here, but to be honest, I'm a bit reluctant till I've had the tree for another while and I've kind of learned about the tree, because a lot of times you gotta kind of learn by trial and error with these trees. If you're not too sure about them, then it's best to go with caution, I think. This one, alright, I think I'm gonna just take off a little bit of these, the heavier ones at the end. Okay, so again, we could do a bit of wiring on it, but I'm not sure how much wiring it likes. So I'm gonna just leave it, let it bud out, let it get strong, and then we'll maybe look at wiring it and doing a bit of work on it then. But if I can, I'll try not to have to wire it. It's just quite two-dimensional, as you can see there. But we'll see how it goes. I will take off this stuff here, and There's one here where it's dropped branches. Another one down here where it dropped one. I did cut one or two off as well at some stage, but I don't think I would have left stubs like that, so they must have been ones that have died off. So I'm not even sure these here where they're dark brown, if they've died off, but then here they dark brown at the ends and they budded out, so we'll just leave it off, see how we get on. Just clean up that stuff there a little bit too. Right, let's find a pot for it. So I have this one, it's kind of would be kind of a nice shallowish pot for it. Or I have this square one. These are the ones my wife got me from Christmas. Let's have a look. Maybe the square one actually, because it's a little bit bigger. That one does look nice though with it. Oh, decisions. I do like that one, but this one would give it more room to grow. I think I'm going to go with the square just to give it an extra bit of room, and eventually maybe next time we'll put it into this one or something similar. I just want to put it into a shallower pot maybe, get it growing its roots spread out a bit more. I think it'll be good in there. Okay, so we'll get the pot wired up. Go across the angles with this one. Okay, so they're nice and flat in there. Get a bit of drainage screen in the bottom. And now we've got some soil in it. Soil up in the middle there. It's one growing 90 degrees down, to take that one out. Like that normally I would take off more roots, I would clean up the roots a little bit more, but like I said, I'm just, to be honest, I'm a bit afraid with this tree because I don't want to lose it. Don't know if I'd be able to get another one. I may try taking a couple of cuttings off it this year, see if I can get some cuttings growing. At least then I can have backup. So when I do some pruning on it, I'll keep some of it, whenever I can, to do some cuttings with. Just cut it a bit short. Always cut my wires too long. You got a kind of a funny smell off the roots. It's not like rot or anything like that, it's just kind of a hard to explain, very earthy kind of a smell. But it's not like a kind of a damp, like a rotten smell, or like they're too wet or anything. It's just a funny smell. I don't know if that's, do they all smell like that or what? Okay, so that's got it pretty solid in the pot there now. I'm not entirely sure which should be the front, whether it be this side, this side. The grafters are great, the tree is slightly coming this way, but we can maybe, like that, wire the tree at a late stage. Make this the front, but for now I'm more worried about getting it growing, getting it healthy, and then we can worry about dialing it in a late stage. I thought I lost it the first year I did a repot on it, then did I take too much root off, and I did some branch pruning and stuff, and it lost a few branches, and it was not looking great for a while. It's kind of feeling sorry for itself. And I thought it might have lost it, but it recovered okay. Hopefully it'll do the same now. Recover, that is, not sulk. Okay, work them in. Just gently again, just very gently, more or less using the weight of the chopstick just to bounce into the soil. Don't want to be jabbing in too hard and stabbing and breaking any of the roots or anything. So gently move the soil in between them. Pretty good. We can take that out now. Take that out and give it a good watering. Like I said, I'm not too sure about the front yet. We'll think at a later stage we may even decide to change the angles or anything of the tree, but like that I just wanted to grow healthy at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to take this out, put it out, and I'm going to just have a look at my big larch tree, because I think this time of the year it's probably looking its best, so we'll have a look at that. Okay, so this is my big larch tree, and to me this is the time it looks its best. The foliage is lovely, lush green, short. obviously when it changes in the autumn it looks nice colours and all that, but this is my favourite time for larch, this when it's like this. So I'm just going to go through the tree, give it a water, weed and stuff. And there was one branch, was it this one? I was thinking of just putting a bit of wire on just and turning that. You see that branch, just turning it more like that. And there's one up here we can maybe bring down and more in there. So I'm just going to do that. Just to tweak it a bit. So I just want to twist it just slightly. So I'll put a bit of wire on that. Doesn't need to be a lot. It's just got to be enough to. So I want to be going this way with it, so when I'm putting it on, when I'm twisting it, I'm tightening the wire on. So you always want to be putting the wire on the way you're going to be twisting the branch. So just lock it off on that branch back there first. Here. Like when your trees are at this stage where all the wiring of them, the main branches is done, and it's just a matter of tweaking it here and there now and again, just to kind of get a bit more balance into it. But you don't have to keep doing all the wiring and stuff. Okay, that looks a bit better, it's a bit flatter, it's just a little bit twisted. And now the other one is this one here, see the way it's just sticking out slightly. Just going to bring that one down and into here a bit more. So again, we want to bring this in this way. So we want to be under it, don't we? We'll be coming from underneath there. So I'll just lock this. The only fault with this tree I find is up the top here. There is two branches coming from the same height on the trunk. I'll show you that in a minute. Which is this one and the one in front of it. Just lock this off here on this branch a second. Just loosely, doesn't have to be clamped on, just as long as it's not moving. Okay, so you can see there now it's sticking out a bit, so I just want to try and bring that down and in there a bit more, that's better. Okay, so just take that off. It's a wire. Yeah, this is definitely the way I like this tree anyway. Nice, it's got like these little green pompons at the ends. It's a nice and vibrant colour. Some still haven't fully opened at the back here. But yeah, the dead wood, I'm not going to lime sulphur it anymore. I did it last year and I know when you do it first it comes out white, but when it kind of fades into this kind of grey colour, I think that's just a little bit more natural. This, I carved this out, all this on here, because it was just like a trunk, a straight trunk, just like snapped off. You can see at the back then, you see the way it's carved, and just to give it a bit of detail. And yeah, so I just wanted to bring that in, just do that little job on it. I'll just go over these, try and get out some of these little tiny weeds before they get any bigger. And we'll put that back out on the bench. So that's it for this video, I think. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.